Good evening. Football stands around Scotland broke into applause this afternoon to celebrate a legend of the game, Denis Law, who died yesterday at the age of 84. Law was capped 55 times for his country and is still tied for the record of Scotland's top goal scorer. Our sports news correspondent Chris McLaughlin reports on today's tributes.
Scotland remembering a legend. In Denis Law's hometown of Aberdeen, where he's been immortalised in bronze, today pride and sadness.
He was really poor, but then one day, I'm pretty sure he was playing football and his neighbour gave him football boots and that's how it all happened. And then now he's a star.
Everybody had a hero and he was a great player.
Law, a great goal.
Law was a goal machine for club and country.
Come again, it's heard. In goes Law.
He played for others, but his club was Manchester United.
And he scored!
A club that loved him back, forever known at Old Trafford as the King.
When Van Nistelrooy left, Denis thankfully presented me with the number 10 shirt, which was a huge honour for me to obviously have one of the club legends present me with that shirt. So to wear his number for the football club was such a huge thing. So he was always very helpful and a great guy to speak to.
Today across Scotland before kick-off, fans and players paid their respects.
This is a real chance. Law!
Law always said his greatest love was for his country.
I saw a clip from Denis Law in which he was explaining, and he really struggled to explain this because of the emotion that was involved, that despite all of the club football he had played, there is nothing of greater honour than playing for your country.
I don't think there was a kid in Scotland, even an infant in their nappies, who didn't or wasn't able to imitate the Denis Law salutation to the supporters that was saying in one single act, "This is our bond." When up went the arm like that, and he glowed with triumph.
Scots with connections to Israel and Gaza have been sharing their cautious optimism over a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas due to come into force tomorrow. A group of pro-Palestinian activists held a rally in central Glasgow this morning as Jewish Scots celebrated the possibility of a homecoming for both hostages and those displaced by the conflict.
Today, I phoned my cousin, the first cousin in Israel, who's 87 today, and I phoned to wish her happy birthday, and we spoke about the ceasefire and we spoke about what it means, and she was, and her family was with her to celebrate her birthday. They were all very hopeful and optimistic that this will actually make life much easier for them.
So luckily most of Nadia's family, my wife's family, have managed to flee and get out of Gaza. Though she still has family, her cousin is still there. Her cousin has 4 young children as well as her husband. And you can imagine for her, she lived in the north of Gaza, has been gone to the central, south, back to the centre. She's desperate to go back to her home. She doesn't know, of course, if her home exists or whether it's rubble.
To football now, and it's a big day in Scottish Cup action with 12 fixtures being played in the 4th round. All the results so far are on your screen, but you can find full details on all of those matches on the BBC Sport Scotland website. Now let's have a look at the weather with Judith. Good evening.
Good evening to you, and a very good evening to you at home. It was a bit of an all or nothing day where we saw cloud. It lingered for much of the day, and in the north we saw lots of sunshine. This is the picture at dusk across Aberdeenshire. Beautiful skies there, but it will be chilly under those skies. Temperatures already falling away, close to freezing through parts of northern and northeastern parts of the country. It stays dry here with those clearing skies. Across the south, always more in the way of cloud, but we'll see some breaks in that cloud. It will feel cold tonight, especially under those clear skies, but in the west temperatures that wee bit higher with a bit of a breeze. Now into tomorrow, well, mostly dry for most of Scotland. We'll see a bit more cloud through central and southern parts with some lovely early sunshine in the north and across the Northern Isles as well. Cloud will increase across the Northern Isles during the day, and we'll see a weak weather front moving into the west coast, bringing thicker cloud, maybe the odd spot of rain by dusk, and a cloud breaking through central and southern parts. It'll feel cold.
Thanks very much, Judith. And that's all for now. Our next update is tomorrow evening at 10 to 6. From all the team, enjoy your Saturday night. Goodbye.